Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to Daily Crypto News and Analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Quant Network, aka QNT. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to ask you guys to please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and I do greatly appreciate it. Also, if you guys do find any of the information in this video valuable, useful, whatever the case may be, definitely consider subscribing and turning notifications on, and I will be greatly thankful for that. Now, overall, when we're talking about today's move on Bitcoin, I just said it in my last two videos, I'm really not too, happy about it, concerned about it, or anything like that. Like, honestly, the alarming fact is the fact that we have tried to break $44,000 with little to no volume, and we instantly got rejected off of it. So that's a little concerning overall, which tells me that we could see a little bit of another sweep the low sort of idea happening this week. Of course, I'm paying attention to a lot of this market currently, but in general, I am watching a lot of my alt holdings and my alt prices. Specifically, QNT definitely is one of them. We actually see it down here at number 63 yet again, down still 8.76% on the 7-day span, which is pretty much exactly where we have been for a little bit of time now. We hit the low of about $158, almost $159. I think that we can come down a little bit lower if Bitcoin does allow. But of course, trading volume up about almost 43%, which is nothing too significant. And of course, you guys could probably all see and notice how long we've been in this massive sideways sort of momentum, like, not accounting for the downward trend, but since we pretty much officially bottomed out here, so far at least, we've been in this trend for about 40 days. So, realistically, this has been a little bit of a frustrating move. It hasn't been the most exciting move, to be honest. Volume's still a little bit diminished. Of course, if you look at the 4-hour and the 2-hour and stuff like that, there's actually a lot of volume flowing in on the 4-hour, as you guys do see. On the 2-hour span, a little bit different story. On the 1-hour span, you can see a little bit of a different story again. And yeah, overall, I'm not still like, we still need a lot more volume than what we are seeing. Like, it's really nothing compared to the last few daily candles that we've seen anyways. So I'm still waiting, for us to break out of at least $205 or possibly break down below $156, which we are close to $156. Doesn't really mean anything, but if we do break down below that 156, we do target about, almost $140 exact down here, almost like it's like $137. Now, I would be concerned if that got broken. But overall, nothing too exciting to really kind of report on in terms of price action. Of course, that is pretty much where I am on it. Those are my levels that I'm watching for currently. But I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about CBDCs, because we have been seeing a lot of CBDC talk being thrown around, which is expected, especially considering the fact that we are seeing a lot of regulation talk within Congress. We're seeing a lot of stuff happening with the SEC. So I'm not really surprised at all about a lot more CBDC talk taking place. But we do see Quant actually quoting this and saying CBDCs are being taken extremely seriously by actors across a range of sectors, as evidenced by initiatives preceding the Digital Pound Foundation, such as the Digital Dollar Project, in the US, and the Digital Euro Association in the EU. And of course, I'm going to jump into this, but listen closely to what he is saying here, for pretty much what they are building. And of course, we've already got the most advanced payment system in the world, and having a digital pound allows us to innovate further. Listen.
Hi, I'm Gilbert Verdian, CEO at Quant. We're very excited to be part of the launch of the Digital Pound Foundation today. This is an important milestone for the UK. We've already got the most advanced payment system in the world, and having a digital pound allows us to innovate further and to increase competition, openness, and the exportability of a digital pound across the world in various use cases. Why is this important for us? So at Quant, we're innovators in DLT and blockchain technology. We're constantly creating standards. We've solved interoperability, and this is a great way to be involved to help make cross-border use cases and new innovation and new payment types and flows for businesses and consumers. Thank you.
So overall, when we're talking about CBDCs, they're going to continue to grow and grow in demand, specifically for what he said exactly, those exact reasons. It allows for further innovation, further efficiency with payments in general. A lot of the payment infrastructure that we're running on currently right now is extremely outdated, so we do need to adopt a new system, and it's all happening right before our eyes. Congress has mentioned it. The Fed has mentioned it. Governments are mentioning it. We are seeing CBDCs being built and taken seriously around the world, and nobody's really noticing. There's only a select few. And of course, we do see here, we're delighted to have contributed to this important project. LAC Chain's ID framework is a set of recommendations for blockchain-based interoperable and regulatory compliant digital identifiers, credentials, and wallets, the future of finance today. And of course, LAC Chain is the supranational blockchain infrastructure across all of South Africa or America, and the Caribbean, the EBSI of South America. Best part about this is check out all of these major connections. I mean, we're seeing huge connections around the globe for LAC Chain. These are huge partners, and this is 60 plus partners, 60 plus countries, 38 vendors, 7 consortiums, and 3 academies. This is huge. And look at some of these names. We're talking about like Citi, Consensus, even Hyperledger and stuff. I mean, it's fairly large in general. And I think that when we're talking about something like this, I mean, are they directly working with Quant? Or what we really need to understand what kind of leverage they're utilizing. We just know that they are a listed ally, and of course they have a ton of other allies here as well. But I do think that QNT is definitely going to be the interoperability bridge to all of these major connections, aka these 60 plus partners, 60 plus countries. I think that this is a huge overall company. I think that a lot of people really need to look into it and really kind of understand how massive this actually is. You could read all about their ecosystem. It's honestly crazy, to say the least, how large of a company this actually is. There's a ton of stuff that you guys could read in terms of even use cases, everything. It's massive. And of course, we do hear more about how our work with LAC Chain is helping shape the future of financial systems in Latin America and the Caribbean from our CEO.
One of the biggest things that we're doing is we're actually creating the Latin American dollar, and that's quite exciting. So this is with the Inter-American Development Bank over in Washington. They've created a LAC Chain consortium, which is the Latin America chain, and they asked us to participate and bring our technology to Latin America. And what that does is it allows us to interconnect the region. So all the countries that we're working with, initially 12 countries, will be using the Overledger technology to create an interbank network between all the different countries and the regions, and then create remittance and payment corridors between the US and Latin America. And so what this means is businesses and citizens and people on the ground will be using the Latin American dollar to trade and create commerce, which is a lot more efficient, it's a lot more simple and quicker than what they have today. And we're proud of what we can do and really enable change and make people's lives better over in Latin America.
And he already said that 12 countries are already utilizing Overledger technology. And it's only a matter of time, I truly do believe this, before all of these countries are utilizing this technology, which is 67 of them. That is massive. And the reason why I say it's only a matter of time is because we are seeing interoperability growing and growing and growing as a massive issue and concern. And DLT technologies are growing in demand, which means a DLN is needed. A distributed ledger network is going to be adopted in, and I'm very excited for this. And of course, MLTs is being initially developed and deployed for our Latin American partnership with LAC Chain for tokenized money, and is the basis for the number of other larger scale engagements as well. And we do see, in terms of LAC Chain, TC 307 being mentioned multiple times in terms of ISO TC 307. And we do see over here, and just so you guys know real quick, before I move forward, we do see here, led by an association of over 500 members, by the way. This is huge. And I think that this is such a massive partnership in general. Pretty much see a lot of these big names here. But we do see here, distributed ledger technologies and proceeds with the identification and possible adoption of standards already available or under development in other SDOs, especially ISO 222. Come on, guys. TC 307. I'm always focused on 222 for a lot of the talk with XRP and XLM and stuff like that. So, but overall, the reason why TC307 is very significant is because Gilbert Verdian himself actually is, the founder of this. We actually see here having a keen interest in disruptive technology. He's the author behind the blockchain ISO standard TC307, which is created, guess what, for countries. Everybody's so caught up in ISO 222. I don't know why I can't say that for some weird reason, but anyways, everybody's caught up in that, even though it's just a messaging system. It's not even something that is massively disruptive until it's actually utilized. So in my opinion, TC307 means a lot more than being ISO 222 compliant. But in general, I think that this is so much bigger than what anybody really kind of sees. And I really do think that LAC chain stuff is extremely huge. I mean, come on. When we're talking about already massive amounts of countries utilizing this technology, 12 just in general right now, that's huge. That is huge. We even see here, in terms of some of these already that are live or so, some of these didn't even go live, but these are some that we are waiting for to fully go live. SIA chain, 570 supernodes spun to live with 100i banks, integrated and default interoperability solution of Oracle's blockchain platform OBP, used by many clients according to Oracle's blockchain chief, including KPMG, Latin American dollar with 12 countries, 2022. It is huge, guys. I really do think that you need to pay attention to what QNT is building, especially if you are a QNT holder. If you guys are a QNT holder, definitely look into a lot of this stuff, because we do see here QNT. My first thought when I think of the following is QNT interoperability, digital currency development, reduced Ethereum gas fees, global financial partners. They are 1/1000th the market cap of comparable OS companies, Apple, etc., who don't interoperate. And you know what? I actually think that's a fairly good thing, okay, to compare QNT to Apple. And you want to know the best thing about that is currently right now, if you look into Apple stock, it is sitting at, a very generous $2.87 trillion after hitting $3 trillion in market cap. Well, let's see where we would be at $3 trillion in market cap. Wow, isn't she beautiful? A $223,000 QNT, an upside of 1,320x. Okay, well, what if we had about half of that? There you guys have it. I mean, listen, this is why I'm invested into QNT long term. Yeah, sure. Is Apple, much bigger than QNT currently? Yeah. But guess what? When Apple products are signing onto a network that is owned and, pretty much streamlined by QNT, aka Overledger, I mean, do you really think that QNT is much smaller than Apple at that point? Absolutely not. I think with what QNT is really building, it's such a massive giant. I mean, it's such a massive giant. It's so undervalued at its current levels. Still, in my mind, I think that the upside potential here is absolutely incredible. I think that when we're talking about QNT, once it's utilized properly, I think that it's going to really surprise a lot of individuals. And of course, look at the accumulation happening. We're seeing more and more wallets popping up. We know people are finding out about QNT. We know people are reading about QNT and realizing the potential behind this asset. I'm very excited for the future of this. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. As always, I hope that you all enjoyed this video, guys. Did definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.